Alright. What is up, YouTube? HPJ here, and I'm coming at you guys with my Dino Kaiju deck. So, dinosaurs have gotten back their misc-saur, and this was actually a deck I was looking forward to playing right before the ban list because I was like, I want to pick up dinosaur cards. Why? I don't know. I have a funny feeling that we'll get dinosaur support, or maybe something good would happen if, like, I don't know. I really just wanted to play dinosaurs. I wanted to put a new deck up and see how far it could go. And I actually wanted to play Dinosaur Shadal and see how well that worked. And ironically enough, misc-saur got unlimited. So um, prior to now, the ban list for my YGO Pro hasn't updated. So we're still waiting on that because they're actually still trying to get the bugs together. So, in the meantime, I got this great, amazing dinosaur deck, and I want to showcase it. So I've been playing it uh, in testing it out, and it's actually been doing really well. So I have a lot more things I want to test with it, and a couple of more variations I want to pull out. Because I will be looking for the cards now. I got most of them, so I'm just waiting for the bigger stuff. So without further ado, let's get into my dinosaur kaiju deck. So for my dinos, I'm running 3 copies of Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. I'm running 2 copies of Overrex Quatalus. Um, I'm not really good with names, as we all know. I'm running 3 copies of misc-saur, 3 copies of Soul Eating Oviraptor, 3 copies of Baby Cerosaurus, 3 copies of Petite Pterodon, 1 copy of Jurek Aolo, 1 copy of Giant Rex, and 1 copy of Dino Wrestler Parateratops. For my kaijus, I'm running 2 copies of Duragon, the Mad Flame Kaiju, 1 copy of Gamma Seal, the Sea Turtle Kaiju, and 1 copy of Commodus, the Sticky String Kaiju. For the rest of the monsters in the main deck, I'm running my hand traps, 3 copies of Ash Blossom and Joyous Rings, and 3 copies of the Beautiful Effect Veiler. For my spells, I'm rocking 3 copies of Double Evolution Pill. I'm running 3 copies of Fossil Dig, 2 copies of Interrupting Kaiju Slumber, and 1 copy of Foolish Burial. The only trap being ran in the deck right now is the last card in the deck, and that is Infinity Impermanence. Why do I keep saying Manfist? No, it's maintenance. Yeah, impermanence. Uh, wait, there's no T. Whatever. I'm wearing Infinity. All right, now over my extra deck. I'll just get the Exceed monsters out. I mean the Link monsters out of the way. I'm running 1 copy of Barrel Low Dragon. I'm running the full Nightmare set of 1 Phoenix, 1 Cerberus, and 1 Unicorn. I'm running 1 Land Paravas, and I'm running 1 Underclock Ticker. Exceed monsters, I'm running 1 Cowboy, 1 Abyss Dweller, 1 Evil Swarm Exciton Knight, 1 Castel, 1 Tornado Dragon, and bringing back some old school Exceed Dragons, I'm running 1 Doka and 1 Logia. Then for my Synchro Monsters, I'm rocking 1 Hyperspeed Roy Canabara and 1 Trishula Dragon of the Ice Barrier. So let's talk about this deck. So the big man himself, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno, is a great monster. I've seen variations of decks that ran Dinosaur Engine because dinosaurs are really, really good. They have, of course, this whole combination of destroying cards while they're on the hand or in the graveyard, hand or in the field. Then in combination with that, they have their ability to special summon these big, huge dinosaurs to the field thanks to Double Evolution Pill. So, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno can't be normal summon set. Must be first special summoned um, by banishing 2 dinosaur monsters from your graveyard. Then once a turn during either player's main phase, you can destroy a monster on your hand or in your field. And if you do, you can change all monsters your opponent controls to face down defense position. Then, at the start of the damage step, when he attacks a defensive position monster, he'll inflict 1,000 points of damage to your opponent. He also attacks every monster that your opponent controls at least once. So he is doing a ton of things. And the reason why this card is this is literally what you expect from a boss monster. He has very specific special summons. He can do stuff with. He can interact with the hand or the field. He interacts with his type or archetype. and he has just an overwhelming ability to deal with your opponent's field and then take out whatever he can. And with the dinosaurs, like this is literally what Ultimate Conductor Tyranno did. I mean, this was regular Conductor Tyranno did, which was take out as many monsters your opponent controls and inflict damage to your opponent for each one that he destroyed. So having Ultimate Conductor Tyranno just means we have an ultimate boss monster. And this guy has a ton of good support to follow behind him. So now let's talk about Overtech Quu Atlas. This dino has the ability to, when it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can search your deck. No, when it's sent to the graveyard by a card effect, you can search your deck for the double evolution pill. Its other ability is that you can shuffle back 5 banished dinosaur monsters to special summon it to the field when it's in your hand. And once a turn, it can negate the effects of a spell or trap your opponent controls by destroying one dinosaur monster on your field or in your hand. And again, destroying that spell or trap your opponent is activating. So you have a ton of support with this card as well. This card is really, really good in terms of negating what your opponent has, destroying your dinosaur monster in your hand, because trust me, these baby Cerasauruses and these petite pterodons are going to get some uses out of a lot of their high-level class monsters. Not only because they can easily be destroyed, but because of the fact that they can help summon a lot of the other monsters that are needed. And for a 2700 attack level 7 monster, yeah, this guy does not need to have an easy way to be summoned. Let's just put that there. And then on top of that, this guy is just a to go get evolution pills. Yeah, I mean, that is pretty much what you need when this deck needs to go off. And getting into Super Collector Tyranno if possible. Then let's move over to the next dinosaur. We're going to talk about Dino Wrestler, uh, Plank Terratops. Like, this card is really good because it pretty much tributes itself to destroy a spell or trap card your opponent controls, which is great. I'm talking one card your opponent controls and destroy it, so it really just helps there. It also has a Cyber Dragon-esque effect. If your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can switch something from your hand. That's kind of more like Evil Swarm Matagandra, because Matagandra has that same ability, so you get an easy free special summon off of this guy, and a free tribute to destroy something if possible. Not to mention 2600 attacking dinosaur type monster as well, so he can really wreck some stuff there if you want to go offensive with him. So you have an easy free summon, and you can tribute him off to summon some other cards or put some other cards into play. The Giant Rex. This thing is amazing. I can see why there's only like one being ran in the deck. I wanted to fit in multiples, and possibly could if I wanted to, but the Giant Rex's effects are only once a turn, so it can attack directly if it's banished. You can such summon it, and when you do, it'll gain 200 attack and it'll gain 200 additional attack for each dinosaur monster that's banished. I know it kind of conflicts with the Oviraptor, but it actually doesn't, because when the Oviraptor um, only uses it for when it's trying to special summon itself, your main thing is you'll have Conductor Tyranno's effect to benefit off of, as well as misc-saur and Oversoul Raptor, so that way you can have Giant Rex gain even more attack points. Now let's move over to misc-saur, who just got unlimited. During your player's turn, you can send this card from your hand to the graveyard. During the main phase, your dinosaur monsters you control are unaffected by your opponent's card effects. Then you manage any number of dinosaur monsters your opponent controls, any number in your graveyard, including this card, to summon a dinosaur monster from your deck whose level is equal to the number of monsters that were banished by its effect. So you can easily trigger this to go and help get can you get this? Let's see something. Yeah, you can get Oversoul Raptor, you can get Terratop, you can get any dinosaur monster, I think, except, can you get, no, he has to be such a summon by his own effect. Okay, so yeah, I mean, you can get every dinosaur monster you possibly can outside of Superconductor Tyranno. And heck, you can even get the Kaiju monster and put him on board if you have enough dinosaurs to do that. This was part of the reason why the dinosaur variant of Shadows worked so well, because you had the grass is greener, you can just fill that with a whole bunch of dinosaurs and Shadows, and then all that would start triggering and going crazy, and then you can banish to summon some of your dinos. And yeah, the dinosaur variation of Shadows could be really dangerous now that we have triple misc-saur. And I think this is actually a funny thing, because dinosaurs have an in and out because of this new support that they had got a few years back, and it still kept them around for a long period of time, even though a lot of the stuff dwindled down. And no one really thought Dinosaurs was actually going to be really good. I mean, we did see evil swords in their variation of decks going around. But now that we have a full setup with the dinosaurs, and then we have the Dino wrestlers and Dino fighters, um, doing some things as well. I think just a pure dinosaur deck with pure dinosaur support is just a really good setup and has so much synergy with a lot of the other dinosaur stuff already out there. We're gonna move over to Overraptor. When this card is no more so summon, you can take one dinosaur monster from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the graveyard. Then you can target one other level 4 lower dinosaur monster on the field and destroy it. Then summon a dinosaur monster from your deck in defense position. So it's pretty much just a safe way of saying, let's special summon as many dinosaurs as we can. Let's send dinosaurs to the graveyard. Raptor just has a ton of ways to keep your plays going. You can go send your Overrex Dragon to the graveyard. You can blow up your petite Pterodon, your baby Cerasauruses. You can hit that misc-saur, and then you can start summoning a lot of your other monsters, like your misc-saur, your giant Rex. And just, yeah, you can get any dinosaur, right? Any level 4 or lower dinosaur. And then you just summon a dinosaur type monster from your graveyard in defense position. So, yeah, you can get any of your other dinosaurs and keep them going as well. So, yeah. The dinosaur engine knows what it's doing, and it does it well. Let's move on to all the little guys. So, baby Cerasauris. When this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can set summon a level 4 lower dinosaur monster from your deck, so you can get all the big guys onto the field, or you can get multiple copies of itself to go into addition all the other effects that your dinosaur monster can easily do. Same thing with Baby Pterodon. When this card is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can just summon a level 4 lower dinosaur monster from your deck, but it can't attack this turn. So the only downside to Pterodon's summon is that the monster can't attack. Which 9 out of 10 you're probably either going to link summon with that monster, or you're going to exceed summon with that monster. Or you can do it in the case of Aolo and just synchro with it. Aolo says you contribute this card to target level 4 lower direct monster in your graveyard, except for Aolo and special summon it. The thing about Aolo is you're just going to use it as a tuner. That's the only reason why Aolo is here. I was going to question to see what other dinosaur type tuners they are, and I think most of them are direct tuners anyway. And I think the big one is still Aolo. But for the most part, Aolo is a level 1 tuner. You're going to synchro with Aolo to get stuff like Trishula and Carnivara onto the field so they can do their effects and get their support off. Other than that, let's move on to the Kaiju. So the Kaiju engine is pretty much here because all of them can be taken out by Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And for the most thing, I did not read the other effect that if your opponent controlled a Kaiju, you can summon the Kaiju from your hand, but you only control one Kaiju. So if I do some funny shenanigans with interrupting Kaiju slumber, or let's say for instance I drop a Kaiju on my opponent and it's not Duragon, the Mad Flame Kaiju, I can just drop my Duragon from my hand on a special summon and then continue just to smack into my opponent. See, I kind of need to read more. This is why we need to read more of our cards more. One, because reading is fundamental, and two, because of the fact that when you read, you actually get to understand what a lot of your cards do. So that was actually a pretty useful thing about this. But the big guy is pretty much here because 3k attacker. Gamma Seal is low status, so you can easily summon the Gamma Seal to your opponent's side of the field with your inner running Kaiju Slumber and then take it out. Otherwise, it's a nice hefty wall you can sit on. Then you have Commodulus the Seeky String Kaiju. Honestly, Commodulus is just here as another low-level low-level Kaiju monster, so that Conductor Tyranno can take it out. As far as anything else goes, I think the only monsters to talk about are the hand traps, and I mean the hand traps pretty much speak for themselves. Ash Blossom and Joyous Springs, and Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler dealing with monster effects, and Ash Blossom dealing with anything that wants to add a card from your deck to your hand, send a card from the deck to the graveyard, or special summon a monster from the deck. So those are the beautiful hand traps. And then let's move on to the spell. So we have double evolutionary pill, banish a dinosaur monster in one dinosaur monster in your hand and or graveyard. So summon a level 7 or higher dinosaur monster from your hand or deck, ignoring its conditions. So pretty much this is just a way to get into your superconductor Tyranno. You can practically get into any of your high level dinosaurs. The Kaiju, you can go into Terratop, you can go into um, Overx Tech. You can even go, and like I said, you can go into your Ultimate Conductor Tyranno and literally just get the field together for all your big monsters. And the fact that it does ignore the summoning conditions makes it even better. So running 3 of those, you have access to Oversoul, so get Overtech to get into them. You're pretty much set in stone there. Fossil Dig is pretty much to search for all your little guys, so that way you can speed up the process of the deck. Pretty much your search card for your dinos. Um, we have the Interrupting Kaiju Slumber. That's why there's no Raigeki or Dark Hole. I would have ran a third one of this just because I wanted a massive board wipe of monsters. Pretty much you're going to give your opponent a Kaiju. You're going to take one of your Kaijus, put one on your board, put one on your opponent's board, and then just go from there. That's pretty much what Interrupting Kaiju Slumber does. Then you have a graveyard effect that you can banish it to add a Kaiju monster from your deck to your hand. So in case your opponent still has that Kaiju on the board, or they have their own series of Kaijus on their board, bam, you can just go get one of yours and start taking out their monsters. The Foolish Burial, this just really is to set up plays for Aqua Atlas. You can set up your misc-saur plays. Even throw in a couple of your other graveyard monsters to get them ready for Oversoul eating Overraptor and get Overraptor's effect going. The only other card to talk about in the deck is Infinity, and that's just pretty much a hand trap version of Effect Veiler in trap form. Now, in terms of the extra deck, Trishula, the Dragon of the Ice Barrier, is just making her way in here because it's an easy way to summon the Trishula. She's a high-level attack monster, and she's banishing a card in your opponent's graveyard, on their field, and in their hand. I'll talk about you in a minute, Lakia and Dolka. But High-Speed Kanabara is pretty much just one of those random spurs because I threw in Aolo, and I was just like, alright, well, let's synchro. You can also use the World Chalice monster as well, because she's also a tuner. So if you want to get some plays with her, but Kanabara just increases attack every time it attacks during the damage step, so it gets stronger and stronger, and it can attack twice. So that's why Kanabara is running around here. Now let's move on to the Exceeds, Evil Swarm, Lagia, and Dolka. So Lagia is pretty much Solemn Judgment, and Dolka is Solemn Strike. That is pretty much what it is between these two monsters. Very decent attack dinosaurs. Dragons, but they need dinosaurs for their summon, which caught everybody off guard. But if you follow the Evo monsters, Evil Swords, Evil Tiles, and yeah, the Evil Swords, the Evil Czars, and the Evil Tiles. It's a combination of dragons, dinosaurs, and reptiles. The reptiles help get the dinosaurs. The dinosaurs can be used to help get the Exceeds, which are all dragon, if I'm not mistaken. And I mean, the deck was really, really good. If you haven't heard of Dino Rabbit, that's pretty much what accelerated this. It was pretty much taking their Exceed monsters, using using Rescue Rabbit's effect to test summon normal monsters. Most of them were dinosaur anyway, and then just going from there. It was a really grind out deck. It had a ton of utility with Macrocosmos, and became Macro Rabbit. Dinosaurs, it was like a crazy thing. That's also part of the reason why Macrocosmos is at 1, Deep Fissure's at 1, and Rescue Rabbit is still at 1. So, yeah. Other than that, I mean, the other Exceed monsters are pretty much as follow. You have Castell to help get rid of cards on the board. You have Tornado Dragon to get rid of spells and traps. Abyss Dweller to deal with the graveyard. Exciton Knight as another way and means of blowing up every card on the board. Gaga Cowboy for that 800 points of damage. Barrel Sword Dragon, taking your opponent's monsters, a 3k attacker. And trust me, getting a lot of monsters onto the board won't be too much of a problem for the dinosaurs. And I just wanted to have an easy tech in case I side into like my ash, no, not my ash blossoms, my Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries. Same thing with the with the Nightmare engine, but Unicorn and Cerberus help you deal with monsters and spells. Um, no, Phoenix, Unicorn, and Cerberus. Just some easy one-ups. Not to mention, Phoenix helps deal with spells and traps. Cerberus helps you deal with monsters, and Unicorn bounces stuff. The Lapharos is only in here because I wanted another monster that at least did some diagonal pointing and just something that I can easily summon. Same thing with the Overclock Taker, and taking those two monsters, of course, allows me to go into Barrel Sword Dragon if I need it, and Barrel Sword points in multiple directions, so that wasn't too much of a thing. So this is pretty much it for the deck profile, you guys. I hope you do enjoy it. I know it's a little bit of all over the place, but dinosaurs are now making a comeback to the scene, something I gotta be really, really prepared for. So I hope you guys do enjoy it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell when you guys want to be informed of when I do my uploads. Thank you guys so much for watching. HPJ signing out. Take care.